What are you feeding? Are you feeding your fears? Or are you feeding your faith? Are you feeding your doubt? Or are you feeding your dreams? See, every day you're feeding something. You don't even know it, but every little thing you do, every choice you make, you're either feeding your weakness or you're feeding your strength. The question is, which one are you making stronger? You wake up in the morning, phone in your face, news, drama, gossip. That's food, not for your body, but for your mind. You think it's harmless? It's not. That's a snack for your insecurity. It feeds your anxiety. It feeds your fears. You scroll past people living fake lives, pretending to have it all. That's not food for your soul. That's poison. You see someone richer, someone happier, someone more perfect, and you compare, and compare, and compare. You forget who you are. That's because you're starving your strength and feeding your doubt. Let me ask you something simple. If you feed a lion grass every day, what's going to happen? It dies. Why? Because lions don't eat grass. They need meat. They need something real, something alive, something powerful. Your purpose is the same. You can't feed your purpose with laziness. You can't feed your dreams with excuses. You can't feed your future with fear. You need to give your greatness the right fuel. I remember one day, I looked in the mirror and I didn't even recognize myself. Not because my face changed, but because my fire died. I was waking up late. I was making excuses. I was hanging with people who just complained all the time. I stopped feeding my goals and started feeding my comfort. And guess what? My dreams got weaker. My fire got smaller. And my voice, my real voice, disappeared. Let me break it down real simple. Every thought you think, that's a spoonful. Every word you say, that's another spoonful. Every action you take, another bite. You're building a feast every day. And the question is, are you feeding a warrior or weakness? Some people say, I just don't feel motivated anymore. You're not supposed to feel motivated every day. You're supposed to be disciplined. Motivation comes and goes. But discipline, that's a decision. You brush your teeth every day, right? Even when you're tired. Even when you don't feel like it. Because you don't want your teeth falling out. So, why don't you feed your mind the same way? Why don't you guard your dreams like you guard your smile? You want to be strong? Feed strength. You want to be wise? Feed wisdom. You want to be brave? Feed courage. Because what you feed is what grows. Let me flip it on you. What are you starving? Are you starving your dreams? Starving your purpose? Starving your talents? Starving your ambition? Because you're too busy feeding distractions? Feeding comfort? Feeding excuses? Let me tell you a story. There was a boy who wanted to run the fastest mile in his school. Every day he practiced, but every night he played video games all night, ate junk food, slept in, and he kept saying, I'm trying. But here's the truth. Trying is feeding effort one time. Training is feeding effort every single day. That boy never broke the record. Not because he couldn't, but because he fed the wrong thing. Your future is a hungry lion. Your excuses are weeds. If you feed the lion, you lead. If you feed the weeds, they grow and choke your life. Weeds don't need help to grow. They show up fast. They take over fast. And they kill everything around them. You can't ignore them. You have to pull them up. Every single day. Look, you want something different? You gotta feed it different. You want peace? Stop feeding chaos. You want success? Stop feeding laziness. You want confidence? Stop feeding doubt. There's a reason people stay stuck. Because comfort is cheap. Excuses are easy. Blame is free. But greatness? Greatness costs something. It costs focus. It costs work. It costs being uncomfortable. Some of you are feeding pain from the past. You keep chewing on what they said, what they did, how they hurt you. But let me tell you, you can't grow if you keep feeding that poison. Forgiveness isn't saying it didn't hurt. It's saying, I'm done feeding it. You want freedom? Starve your bitterness. Feed your healing. Are you still with me? Let's get real now. Are you feeding your fears with what if it doesn't work? Or are you feeding your faith with what if it does? Are you feeding your excuses with I'm too old? Or your dreams with it's never too late? Are you feeding doubt with I'm not ready? Or purpose with I'll learn along the way? Let's talk about relationships. You say you want better friends, but you keep feeding fake ones. You say you want real love, but you keep feeding toxic attention. You say you want loyalty, but you keep feeding lies. You can't plant trash and expect flowers. And some of you, you're starving the best parts of you. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else. You forgot to feed your own spirit. You pour into others, but your cup is empty. You give everyone a meal, but you're starving on the inside. That's not noble. That's dangerous. You can't help the world if you're running on empty. So today, right now, I'm asking you, what are you feeding? Because life is listening. Your future is watching. And your dreams are hungry. The gym, it doesn't care if you show up tired. The dream, it doesn't care if you're scared. The goal, it doesn't care if you fail before. You show up anyway. You push anyway. You rise anyway. There's a twist in all of this. The thing you feed today becomes a voice in your head tomorrow. If you feed lies today, you'll hear them louder tomorrow. If you feed truth today, you'll walk in power tomorrow. I used to feed fear. Every day, fed it with overthinking, fed it with what ifs, fed it with comparison. And guess what? Fear grew big, real big, until one day I starved it. I stopped talking about it, stopped giving it power, and I fed courage instead. It wasn't loud at first, but it grew. Now courage speaks louder than fear. You don't win with one big meal. You win with little meals every day. One positive thought, one hard choice, one act of bravery, one moment of honesty, one step forward. That's what grows strength. You don't need to change your whole life today. You just need to feed the right thing today. So here's your challenge. Today, feed focus. Tomorrow, feed discipline. Next day, feed growth. And when fear shows up, don't feed it. Starve it. Let it die hungry. You want peace? Feed truth. You want purpose? Feed work. You want change? Feed fire. You want love? Feed self-worth. What you feed is what leads. Final question for you. What are you feeding? Because whatever you feed, that's what's driving your life. Make it count. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on personal growth and resilience.